I see it, so I want a demonstration. And I've always learned it better with a hands-on education. So I need a private session if you get what I am saying. And they say that she's not easy, no, she's really complicated, but that only makes it better, and it's got me so fixated. And I'm not the type to wait around, I've never hesitated, but she's got me captivated, so the game, I'm gonna play it, yeah. She got a body like a coke thing, she likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely, I want that body, baby, show me. She's got a body like a coke thing, she likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely, I want that body, baby, show me. When you're undressed, I heard you like to get away, I heard you like to stay out late, I heard you had a couple boyfriends, I heard they didn't treat you right, I heard you're hated by your girlfriends, cause all the guys want you tonight. Yeah, they say she's too hot, they say she's too cold, where she came from nobody really knows. They say she looks young, but say she acts old. From everything I've heard, she gets out of control, and all the boys say she was sent from the heavens, but I'm not too sure that this girl is a blessing. She's got the devil's eyes and they'll cut you like a weapon. She's stuck in my mind like a bad obsession, got bad intentions. She's got a body like a coke thing, she likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely, I want that body, baby, show me. She's got a body like a coke thing, she likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely, I want that body, baby, show me.
Welcome into the Booty Scoot Racing channel live here on the TikTok platform, and then we'll be over to the Booty Scoot Racing channel YouTube page at the conclusion of tonight's event. This is the I-85 Track Fact. These guys here in the late model division are getting ready to take on the Concord Speedway, a half-mile racetrack located here in Concord, North Carolina, opened in 1982 and closed in recently 2019. A half-mile oval with 8,500 sold-out asses in the stands. Here tonight for the I-85 late model stock guys as they are running in these cars. We'll switch it back down here to the main broadcast here where several guys are on the racetrack. There goes the magic man of Greg Wharton spinning it all off right there on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll kill the music here. Moments away from the heat races here tonight. We're scheduled for 2 of them here. Looks like we got 9 cars in the pits here scheduled. Terry Hughes Jr. up on the spotter box here for one of these guys. Not sure which one it was. I believe it was Nicholas Maynard is who he was spotting for, but John Michael Bryant here, he's going to come get a couple more laps here at the final closing moments of the practice session. Scheduled for 2 heat races here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And then we're going to tack on 75 laps around the Concord Speedway here for the short track shootout live on the iRacing platform here. We appreciate you guys tuning in here. We'll flip over to the remaining schedule. This is how they got all they got left, for the late model season 2 division for the I-85 Asphalt Series. We're getting ready to tackle on the 75 here tonight in Concord and head on over to Oswego 2 weeks from now on a Tuesday night here, and that will set the playoffs there with the season finale back here on the main broadcast. We're watching the boogeyman of John Michael Bryant. He's currently the only one out on the racetrack trying to dial in the rest of that late model, but he's going to have to hurry and wrap it up this time around. Freddie the flagman's waving the white flag. We're getting ready to go heat racing here in the late model division here for the I-85 late model stock division. Short track shootout here on a Tuesday night. Freddie the flagman's about to get a workout here, and the way he's waving that thing is hard as hell here. We'll see how the heat races shake up completely at random here. So we wait just a moment for these guys to load in here. Just a second. There they go. There's one, guys. Looks like Corey Tesner here is going to be in heat race number 1. We'll see how many more shake out here in heat race number 1, and we'll see how things go. Let me shut up real quick here, ladies and gentlemen. Go grab another beer. Go grab another cigarette. It's about to get dicey here in Concord, North Carolina. So it looks like we're set with 4 more people, and hearing from the admin that's all Terry Hughes Jr. registered here for heat race number 1, but he is out of commission on medical leave, but he will get the starting park here tonight. So starting on the front row on the pole for heat race number 1 here in Concord for the short track shootout will be the number 8 Hoosier late model of Corey Tesner. Starting outside in the second place spot, driving the number 02 late model from Welford, South Carolina, it's Nicholas Maynard. Starting in the third place spot here, driving the number 21 G&E Baxter late model from Augusta, Maine. Let's go. That's Jeremy Douglas. Tony Cook in the Skull nicotine pouch, whatever the hell you want to call it, the Skull Bandit 33 late model, the veteran. Tony Cook looking to make something shake here tonight in heat race number 1. So we'll have 4 guys scheduled for heat race number 1, which means that'll leave us with 5 for heat race number 2 here. Tony Cook's going to take the last spot here in heat race number 1 here. We appreciate you guys tuning in here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Been battling some car count issues all year long here in the late model stock season 2. Started off with a bunch more here. Tons of great racing all year long. We've only had 3 different winners, Corey Tesner there, the pole sitter here for heat race number 1. He's currently locked in the I-85 late model stock series playoffs with his win. Nicholas Maynard still winless here in the late model stock series, currently sitting in the playoffs on points. We'll see how things shake out here tonight. Jeremy Douglas, Peter the Pace Car is going to hang on the pit road. He's going to be in the third place spot here. So all starts are in the hand of the Hoosier number 8 of Corey Tesner here. He brings them slowly here, side by side here. He'll have a little gap over Nicholas Maynard. Not sure what that is for. 16 laps scheduled for 15 here for the heat race for the I-85 late model stock division. The game bred 02 late model machine of Nicholas Maynard is going to roll here in the second place spot, followed by Jeremy Douglas. And then Tony Cook here. 15 laps are scheduled. They're going to pick off very quickly around this half mile. Tri-oval, mini Pocono style, if you know what I mean here. We can't throw up the track map for you folks, so you can kind of get an idea of what we're talking about here. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this mini Pocono style here. Racetrack for heat race number 1 here. Corey Riptide Tesner has led the first 2 laps here for the I-85 late model stock division. The 02 Game Bridge machine of Nicholas Maynard still trying to make something shake here. Corey Riptide Tesner from Greer, South Carolina, down on the bottom side, driving the Chase Johnson Racing late model. He's up off the corner here. Very tricky. We look out the ass end of Corey Tesner here. He's going to have Nicholas Maynard trying to run him down here. Tons of throttle play within these late models, riding on board with Corey Tesner. The race leader here down into turns 3 and 4. Way off the gas, trying to hug the bottom side of the racetrack there. He'll soar off the corner. And Corey Riptide Tesner is the race leader here at the Concord Speedway. We're up here in the booth. You see, you got the action shot. You see what I'm seeing? The broadcast view down here as Corey Tesner takes it down into turns 3 and 4 here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. He'll come off the corner here, and he'll lead another lap here. Corey Tesner knows that every lap led is 1 point added to his total score. And points do not pay out here for the guys finishing in tonight's heat race. Only laps led is what these guys will award here. Meanwhile, the battle for the third place spot is shaking up back here between Jeremy Douglas from Augusta, Maine, and Tony Cook from Greer, South Carolina. Tony Cook, the owner of the Home Run Cafe. You can't throw it up here, the owner of the Home Run Cafe, Tony Cook, making something shake here tonight in Concord, North Carolina. I'm reminding you to head on down to Greer, South Carolina, right down the road here from North Carolina to the Home Run Cafe. Go see Tony Cook for all your hot dog, hamburger, refreshing need. Tony Cook will get you done here today. Continuing to work heat race number 1 here, scheduled for 15 laps. 8 laps remain here. Nicholas Maynard currently sitting in the second place spot from Wilford, South Carolina. He's got a big gap there between him and Corey Riptide Tesner here as they sail in to the bottom side of turns 1 and 2 here. Nicholas Maynard, bang, a big shot there to the outside wall. It's a very odd corner there up off of turns 1 and into turns 2 up here at the top of the tri-oval, down here to turns 3 where they're at right now. Corey Tesner currently sailing away, with the race lead. Corey Tesner will turn a 16.65 that last time around. The kid of Nicholas Maynard will turn a 16.67 So 2 thousandths faster for Corey Tesner. Tony Cook will run a 16.67 that last time as well. And Jeremy Douglas will get the 17.07. He'll ride out the back end of the spot here. 5 laps remain in heat race number 1. For the Riptide kid of Corey Tesner, he'll try the bottom side of the apron there through the trioval. The game bridge machine of Nicholas Maynard here, trying to run down Corey Tesner. Corey Tesner, big loose down there on the bottom side of the racetrack here. Nicholas Maynard will run the faster lap that last time around, but Tony Cook will get the fastest lap on the racetrack here. He'll run a 16.63. Nicholas Maynard will run a 16.79. And Corey Tesner will run a 16.89. So therefore, Corey Tesner, the slowest guy on the racetrack here. Can the race leader have burned them off here in 15 laps here in heat race number 1? He's got to hold on to it for 3 more laps. Nicholas Maynard trying to charge hard in the Game Bridge late model. Down in the turns 3, 2 laps to go this time around for Corey Riptide Tesner as he sails down on the bottom side through turns 3 and 4. Crossing the stripe, 2 laps remain here in heat race number 1 for the I-85 late model stock series. Tony Cook down on the bottom side of the racetrack here in that Skull machine from Greer, South Carolina. Looking for that first late model win here tonight. Can he pick it up here in heat race number 1? White flag this time around for the number 8 machine of Corey Riptide Tesner. Looking to pick up his first heat race this season down on the bottom side through turns 1 and 2. Corey Tesner riding out the front bumper. Up the race leader, he'll sail up to the top side here to turns 3 and 4. Down to the bottom of the apron here. He'll sell off of turns 3 and 4, and he'll win heat race number 1 here tonight. Nicholas Maynard to get P2, followed by Jeremy Douglas, and then Tony Cook. Heat race is in the books here for number 1 heat race, Corey Tesner will pick up the victory here tonight. He'll start P1 in the feature. These guys are starting to settle back in here on the heat here, chilling up in here in the booth on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Want to remind you the I-85 Asphalt Series is presented by CloseOutBets.com since 1992. Over 650,000 satisfied customers. The I-85 Asphalt Series, Potts Porch Bed Swings, custom-made, handcrafted porch bed swings, 864-978-1913. Get at them today. Down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for heat race number 2. Looks like there's going to be 5 cars set out to take on tonight's event here. And looks like starting on the pole for heat race number 2 from Greer, South Carolina, driving the HendrickCars.com, number 24 late model. That's going to be James Fountain. Colby Webscott in the number 4 High Rod Vodka late model will start P2 here tonight in heat race number 2. Starting in the 3rd place spot here, the Magic Man of Greg Wharton from Thomasville, North Carolina. The hometown kid here in Concord, North Carolina. Look up to pick up the victory here tonight in the short track shootout. And then rounding out the 4th place spot here. Oh, the 4th place spot, there he goes. On the outside, driving the number 5, Season 1 champion from Greer, South Carolina. That's Showtime, Chase Johnson. Your mom's favorite driver, the boogeyman, John Michael Bryant from Greer, South Carolina. The 29-year-old will draw the unlucky straw here tonight. He'll get the tail end shotgun. Final spot here for heat race number 2. Want to remind you, set for 15 more laps here for heat race number 2. Then we'll head on over to the main event here. Peter the pace car will hang the left on the pit road here. And these guys are getting ready and set to take on the 15 laps here for their heat race. James Fountain's going to be the race leader. 75 laps are scheduled for the feature. James Fountain has it in his hands whenever he presses the gas. We will be green here for heat race number 2. James Fountain looking to take the lead quickly here, down the quicken here on the infield. Getting a great shot out the back end of the number 24 HendrickCars.com late models. He sails down here on the bottom side of the racetrack in heat race number 2. James Fountain up off the corner. He'll lead lap number 1 of heat race 2. And Colby Wetscott will blink in and blink out there on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. James Fountain bringing that HendrickCars.com late model bad fast here right down the road from Hendrick's shop here in Concord, North Carolina. Hendrick Motorsports located about 8 miles away here from the North Carolina Concord Speedway. Closed in 2019, but they'll reopen it tonight, knock off the weeds on the front stretch with the weed whacker. And we're here racing here tonight, the number 96 of Greg Wharton. That's the Magic Man from Thomasville. Right down the road here, about a 25-minute drive, He's looking to make the trip here to victory lane after making the trip down here to Concord tonight. He's got the number 5, Chase Johnson, all over the tail end of him here. The battle through the triangle is on here, the top side of the racetrack. Goes the number 96, and Chase Johnson to look downside on the bottom. The number 5 late model Hoosier Machine will slide job the number 96 there. off of turns 3. 11 laps remain here in heat race number 2. We'll scoot back here. The Colby Westcott and John Michael Bryant. The battle for the 4th and 5th place spot is on. Colby Westcott has got the advantage over the number 23 of John Michael Bryant, the boogeyman down here on the bottom side. Your mom's favorite driver, she is not happy right now as he's currently tail end of the field here in heat race number 2. Want to remind you folks, the points don't pay out for the heat races. These guys are only settling their starting spot for the main feature. Here comes the boogeyman. He's looking to charge back here on the bottom side. 10 laps remain. Coming at 9 this time around for James Fountain in the HitcherCars.com late model. And the boogeyman's going to try the bottom side underneath the Westcott number 4 High Rock machine. Colby Westcott battling little hand of traditions here. We'll look out the back end of John Michael Bryant. The front end of Colby Westcott here as Colby Westcott continues to try to work back here on the back side of the boogeyman. Gorilla Line 23, a little loose off the corner. And Colby Westcott is trying to make something shake here. Can he get back to the back bumper? Meanwhile, Greg Wharton trying to run down Showtime Chase Johnson here. 8 laps remaining in heat race number 2. Chase Johnson's trying to close up the gap here to James Fountain, the race leader here with 7 laps to go. In heat race number 1, James Fountain has checked out to about an 8-car length lead over the number 5 machine. Meanwhile, Greg Wharton has chopped his lead down to about a 4-car length lead over Chase Johnson as Chase Johnson gets loose off of turns 3 and 4 there. And the boogeyman of John Michael Bryant will get the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around with a 16.48. The boogeyman absolutely flying here in the closing laps of heat race number 2. 6 laps remain here. James Fountain will see 5 laps to go from Fletty the Flagman here in the I-85 late model division, heat race number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you to press that like button, press that follow button. We appreciate you guys tuning in here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel. James Fountain in the HitcherCars.com late model works the bottom side. Chase Johnson trying to make something shake as well, and Greg Wharton in that 3rd place spot, slowly losing that 2nd place car. Chase Johnson down on the apron trying to make something work, but James Fountain is currently sailing away here. Chase Johnson will lean down on the bottom side, but James Fountain able to come up off the corner there, and he'll see 3 laps to go this time around on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. James Fountain trying to pull away for the heat race 2 victory here. Start on the front row on the outside of Corey Tester, who picked up the victory in heat race number 1. Greg Wharton slowly coming to get it. James Fountain coming off the corner this time around. It's 2 laps to go for the Fountain Kid, driver of the HitcherCars.com. We look out the tail end here as he's trying to run for Showtime Chase Johnson. He's closing it up to about a 3-car lead gap over the number 24 machine. James Fountain, big time rush, sending it down here into the bottom side of the racetrack here. He'll get loose off the corner. Big save there. White flag is in the air for James Fountain here in heat race number 2. He's looking to pick up the first victory here for him in the heat races for the late model division. Through the top of the tri-oval here, the Concord Speedway. James Fountain's got one more corner, Chase Johnson's not going to be able to get to the back bumper. James Fountain wins heat race number 2. James Fountain will win heat race number 2. Chase Johnson will get 2nd. Greg Wharton will get 3rd, followed by the boogeyman of John Michael Bryant. And Colby Westcott will get the P5 spot here. So the front row is set here. James Fountain will join Corey Tester here as the winner of the heat races. And we are moments away from that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to tackle on the short track shootout here on a Tuesday night on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. But first, we must salute the soldiers. We ask you guys to please rise and stand as you're able to for the night's Star Spangled Banner. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you guys tuning in here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Get ready to go racing here for the main feature here. I might have blasted your eardrums out here, and that is my bad. Here's the I-85 track fact. Thanks for just tuning in for us here. Opened in 1982, closed in 2019. They'll bring out the Weed Whacker here tonight for us to be able to tack on the field here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys tuning in here tonight. Getting ready to be a banger. We just knocked out 2 heat races, and the guys are filling in the field here. Getting ready to tackle on the 75 laps here scheduled for tonight's main event. Put the music down just a tad bit here as the warm-up is finished here. The guys are strapped into these late models here. Go grab your beers. Go grab your cigarettes. We're getting ready to tack on the main event here tonight. You want to know how it works? Here it is. The short track shootout, 75 laps, caution laps count, 0 fast repairs, 0 sets of tires for these kids. They're going to have to keep the tires on them. 2 green-white checkers if we really need it. We'll scoot on down here for the night's driver's introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, starting on the pole, the winner of the heat race, number 1, the Hoosier, number 8 machine of Corey Tesner. James Fountain in the HendrickCars.com, number 24 late model from Greenville, South Carolina. We'll start on the outside, front row in the second place spot. Nicholas Maynard in the Game Bridge, number 02 late model from Welford, South Carolina. We'll get the third place spot. And it looks like Showtime, Chase Johnson in the Hoosier, number 5. Chase Johnson racing late model will get the fourth place spot here in the second row. You got to scoot on back here to the number 21 of Jeremy Douglas from Augusta, Maine, driving the G&E Roofing Baxter late model here tonight. The 21 looked bad fast in his heat race. He'll start from the P5 spot here tonight. Greg Wharton driving the number 96 machine on the outside. The Magic Man from Thomasville, North Carolina. So a home race here tonight for Greg Wharton. He'll look to make his way to the front. Tony Cook here, the number 33 Skull late model, will look to shake out the 8th place spot here tonight and make something shake here in North Carolina. The Boogeyman, your mom's favorite driver here on the outside, driving the number 23 Gorilla Mile late model, looking to make something shake here tonight. These guys are going to absolutely go at it here, scheduled for 75. And 4 in the bank for the overtimes if we need them here. Colby Westcott in the high right vodka, number 4 late model, will round out the tail end of the field here. So Corey Tesner is going to be on the pole here for the night's feature. Scheduled for 75 laps here. Caution laps count. No sets of tires, no fast repairs. So these guys are going to have to keep the tires on these cars and keep the fenders intact here. Should be a lot of beating and banging, great short track racing around the Concord Speedway tonight. Peter the Pace car is going to hang the left on the pit road. And everything is in the hands of Corey Tesner here in the number 8 machine with James Fountain on the outside. Both of these guys winners here this season. They're locked into the playoffs. Nicholas Maynard to get the third place spot. Corey Tesner will see the green flag. We are racing here in the short track shootout live from the Concord, North Carolina Speedway. Nicholas Maynard will try the bottom side here. These guys are going to have to plug and play and work their way around this racetrack nice and neatly here. Great shot here around the North Carolina Concord Speedway. Nicholas Maynard will plug the hole there underneath the number 5 of Showtime Chase Johnson for that third place spot here. These guys are absolutely moving each other around here through turns 1 and 2 here with a great shot here as they approach the back straightaway here. Chase Johnson looking to get around the number 8 of Corey Tesner. James Fountain with a black flag here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for jumping the start. James Fountain will have to go down pit road, and serve that black flag. So the number 24 Machines race already and almost over before it started. He'll bring it down pit road. That'll leave Chase Johnson, the race leader here, the season 1 champion, driving the number 5 late model. Corey Tesner right behind him, farther by the Magic Man of Greg Warren, Jeremy Douglas, Tony Cook, and John Michael Bryant. Nicholas Maynard will fall from the third place spot all the way to the back here. He's in the final spot here. Maybe some strategy call from the number 02 here, but Colby Westcott and him will go at it back here for the 7th place spot in the high right Baco late model machine up and off the corner here, off of turns 3 and 4 here. Corey Tesner trying to work the back bumper of his teammate Chase Johnson here across the top of the racetrack here. 5 laps are complete here in the short track shootout. The number 96 of Greg Wharton, the Magic Man, down here on the bottom side. He's trying to work the back side of the late model. Hoosier Machine of Corey Tesner as James Fountain's back out on the racetrack here after serving his black flag. And he's running for his life to stay on the lead lap here from Showdown Chase Johnson. Chase Johnson's got company right there in the rearview mirror as well. The 2 Hoosier late models are out front here in Concord, crossing the line. 7 laps are complete. beautiful racetrack here, and just giving you a blimp shot up here with Billy the Blimp Driver a bit back here throwing Budweiser's back all night long as he's been flying the blimp across the front stretch here for about 2.5 hours up to this point. Greg Wharton trying to work the back bumper of the number 8 of Corey Riptide Tesner. Slowly getting there. He's up to about a half-car length lead over the number 96, Corey Tesner. Slowly losing that little gap to the front leader right there of Showtime Chase Johnson. Chase Johnson will lead another lap here. 70 laps remain here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The number 96 Moza late model with Greg Wharton knows that it would be a big win for him to add to his trophy box if he could pick up the victory here tonight in North Carolina, the home track for the Thomasville, North Carolina guy. He's still trying to work over the back bumper of Corey Tesner here, not able to get underneath the Hoosier machine, riding on board with the DUI Motorsports of Greg Wharton. In and out of the gas here. Now you see me, now you don't. Trying to pull a rabbit out of the hat here. Get around the number 8 machine. 10 laps are complete here. Greg Wharton cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. He'll run a 16:44 compared to the race leader, Showtime Chase Johnson, who runs a 16:54. So the Magic Man trying to save something into that late model. Corey Tesner will get the advantage that time around, though, with that lap completed. Here comes the Baxter Brewing Company late model of Jeremy Douglas from Augusta, Maine. Looking to make something shake here. Jeremy Douglas down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. He's closed about a two-car length gap to the number 96 back bumper here, riding out the front bumper of the number 21 of Jeremy Douglas. Jeremy Douglas giving it hell down there, not lifting into that corner. Hitting the red limiter here. The 21 Baxter late model, though, must be working big time there for him. As Corey Tesner here has closed it up to about a half-car length lead again to the race leader of Showtime Chase Johnson. 14 laps are complete here. James Fountain is running away from Showtime Chase Johnson, trying to stay on the lead lap here. It's been green so far. 15 laps are complete here. Nicholas Maynard continues to work the back of the pack here. John Michael Bryant has sailed away here, trying to run down the boogeyman of Tony Cook here. Look out the front bumper of the SpongeBob Gorilla Line machine of John Michael Bryant here. He works the bottom side of the racetrack here. He'll slide up off the corner here. John Michael Bryant reminding you to go check out GorillaMine.com. Drink you Gorilla Mine today, the best energy drink in town. Riding with the number 23 machine of John Michael Bryant here. He continues to try to work the back bumper of the number 33 of Tony Cook, if he could ever get it here. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the I-85 Asphalt Series late model division live from the Concord Speedway for the Tuesday night short track shootout. The number 96 of Greg Wharton continuing to try to work over the back bumper of Corey Riptide Tesner. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick commercial break, but you won't miss a thing staying right here. Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, Greg Wharton, the number 96 late model here, is trying to work the back bumper of the number 8 of Corey Tesner there. He's all over in there. Talk about a two-car length lead here. It's cut down to just the back bumper, and Greg Wharton's trying to get there and pull the magic trick here. The Magic Man is working all over the back bumper of that number 8 late model here. We'll have to check the lap times this time around as Corey Tesner continues to play defense here and try to hold off the Magic Man. We'll take a look. Magic Man of Greg Wharton will run a 16.71. It'll get around Corey Riptide Tesner there. What a move from the number 96 machine. Corey Tesner here burning up those Hoosier tires. We'll have to work back here to the back bumper of the number 96 of Greg Wharton. They'll cross the line. 24 laps are complete here at a 75. Live here for the late model division on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. I-85 Asphalt Series. Season finale coming 2 weeks from now at the Oswego Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss a thing. It'll be 75 more laps there. And I promise you tonight, what we see here tonight, we only got 9 guys scheduled in the field here here to battle in a car count all year long. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you the I-85 Asphalt. Taking it, guys, right now. Go ahead and take a screenshot, scan the code. It'll take you straight to the Discord link. Get yourself added in and sign up today. Get yourself out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We would love to have you. I want to remind you, heading to Oswego 2 weeks from now for the season finale here. So that will be where we lock in the rest of the playoff guys here. Chase Johnson, a race winner. Corey Tesner, a race winner. Along as well as James Fountain. So 3 guys have locked in. 10 guys will advance. So that leaves, 7 spots open for people to advance on points if nobody new wins here tonight or at Oswego. So ladies and gentlemen, if you'll stick around here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel here in the next coming weeks, we promise you to have you one hell of a playoff battle here. Meanwhile, the battle between Greg Wharton and Corey Riptide Tesner is heating back up again. The Magic Man of Greg Wharton here is running for his life here again. He might have burned up the Hoosier tires. Corey Riptide Tesner working all over the Magic Man of Greg Wharton here. They'll continue to work side by side here off the corner. Corey Tesner down on the bottom side here to get a little bit extra grit. Corey Tesner says, we're going to go green for this long here, working the 30th lap. Consecutively work green here. Corey Tesner beginning to work the bottom side apron here. Use all 4 of those Hoosier tires to his advantage here to try to make his way to the front of the racetrack here and run back down the race leader of Chase Johnson. Corey Tesner will scrape the wall right there here. Ladies and gentlemen, that's really the only action on the racetrack right now as we speak here. Colby Westcott here. Nicholas Maynard down on pit road here. We'll have to come back and check on the kid of Nicholas Maynard. Not sure why he's down there on pit road at the moment here. These guys come flying through your living room. Get ready to work the back stretch here. So Colby Westcott and James Fountain now are the ones battling it out back here. What a battle back here. James Fountain in jeopardy of going a lap down, and so is Colby Westcott here. So James Fountain has finally found somebody to dance with for position. James Fountain going to work the bottom side of Colby Westcott here. Working their way into turns 3 and 4 here at the Concord Speedway. Tons of marbles being thrown around the racetrack here. James Fountain will work toward it over with Colby Westcott here. Look at these guys absolutely going at it here. Colby Westcott now. He'll be the guy in danger of going a lap down here. As here comes Chase Johnson here riding out in the front bumper. This is Chase Johnson racing late model. Season 1 champion here. Looking to put 2 more guys a lap down here. As he's working the back here. Looks like Nicholas Maynard still stuck on pit road down there. As he's up and out of the race car here, he'll take his helmet off with the number 5 of Showdown, Chase Johnson. He'll work the bottom side of the racetrack here, trying to run down the lap guys in front of him here, but Corey Riptide Tesner sees him in front of him here, trying to keep it steady. Nice, calm, and collected. Rock off some smooth, easy lap times here and work back to the back bumper. He's got the lead back under a second here. Back down to 7/10 for the number 8 machine of Corey Tesner here. As he is looking to get back to that Chase Johnson racing teammate of his for the race lead here. They'll come across the line. We'll check lap times. Chase Johnson will run a 17.74. Corey Tesner will run a 16.74 for Chase Johnson and a 16.77 for Corey Tesner, followed by the Magic Man of Greg Wharton, 17.02 here. So Corey Tesner and Chase Johnson, the front 2 guys, are the fastest here tonight at the Concord Speedway. We appreciate you guys tuning in here, riding on board with Showtime Chase Johnson, the race leader. And now we're riding with Corey Tesner, the 2nd place guy, trying to run down the guy in front of him here. As Colby Westcott will go a lap down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Chase Johnson selling away with it here, looking for his 3rd or 2nd late model on the year. If he can pick up the victory here tonight. Great racing between the entire field here. 40 laps coming this time around consecutively. Big green up to this point here. If you missed out earlier tonight, we ran some heat races to set the field. This is how it turned out here. The short track shootout heat race number 1. That guy right there, Corey Riptide Tesner, picked up the victory. And then we shot it on over for heat race number 2, where that guy right there, the number 5 of Showtime Chase Johnson, came up short to James Fountain driving in front of him. But don't be fooled, James Fountain. A black flag to start the main event tonight. Had to go down and serve a black flag. He's in jeopardy of going a lap down, begging for a caution flag here. And that's how they currently run at the moment here. We'll have to see how things shake out, though. Tons of laps left here. As guys look like tires are starting to become an advantage. They're starting to wear away here. One of the 2 here is Showtime Chase Johnson. May have saved a little bit in his as he's starting to pull back away from the number 8 machine of Corey Riptide Tesner. Corey Tesner off of turn 4, back into the wall one more time. He's got to keep that number 8 Hoosier late model off the fence here if he wants to have a chance at the back row. We appreciate you guys tuning in here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We gotta pay the bills, and we are so sorry the I-85 Asphalt Series presented by Maccabee Auto Services. Contact them today, 864-256-1346. Email them, MaccabeeAutoRepair@gmail.com. 45 laps are complete here in the late model race here. One more race after this to the season finale, and it's for sure to be a damn sure good banger. Corey Tesner will run the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. He'll run a 16.79. Chase Johnson will run at 17.02, but I would have to say because he's slowly catching in on that lap traffic of James Fountain. We'll take it that time around, and Corey Tesner will do it again. A 16.92 for the quick time machine of Corey Tesner here, and then a 16.99 for Chase Johnson, the race leader. So Corey Tesner might have another shot at the back bumper of Chase Johnson here, as Chase Johnson continues to try to work around the lap car of James Fountain here, so lap traffic might be subject to change. What we have going on here, 47 laps are complete, scheduled for 75. 4 laps are in the bank for overtime. Chase Johnson will lead another one here, as he's picked up tons of victories here in the late models. If you're unfamiliar, here's the I-85 Asphalt Series, Season 2 here for the late models. Chase Johnson was the Season 1 champion. He damn sure knows how to get it done. Corey Tesner, a winner here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like James Fountain trying to keep it going a lap down, though, but he's got the 21 machine of Jeremy Douglas right in front of him. Jeremy Douglas not looking to play around here. He'll move up to the top side of the racetrack here. Greg Wharton trying to run him down here. Corey Tesner trying to work his way through the lap traffic as well. Showtime Chase Johnson looking to put a lap car of James Fountain a lap down here, but not able to do it. He'll come across the line here. 50 laps are complete here. 25 laps remain here for the bank if we need it. Corey Riptide Tesner, John Michael Bryant, the rest of these guys continue to work their way through the rest of the field. Chase Johnson will get around James Fountain there, put him a lap down, so that'll put James Fountain in the lucky dog spot. James Fountain from Greenville, South Carolina will finally, 50 laps later, have to pay the price for jumping the flag. There on the front start here, Corey Riptide Tesner started on the pole. He's moved here to the second place spot. He started as the race leader. James Fountain jumped him on the outside. James Fountain gets the black flag. Corey Tesner trying to save a little bit of something here. Tons of laps left. Tons of racing remaining here as Colby Westcott will slap the wall right there. Off of turns 3 and 4 and smack the wall of the High Rod Bacher machine. Still up and rolling though. We'll look out the tail end as Tony Cook is working his way through the field. Tony Cook has gotten around the number 96 of Greg Warren here. So the old timer definitely in contention for the hard charger award. He starts at the ass end tail of the field, and he has worked his way up to the 3rd place spot. Tony Cook showing you all the tricks in his bag. 20 plus years of sim racing on the internet. The Skull Bandit down on the bottom side of the racetrack here through turns 3 and 4. He's got a long way to go if he wants to catch the race leader in the 2nd place spot of Corey Tesner here. As James Fountain is the only guy between the race leader and Corey Tesner. He'll keep his spot right there as the lap car, though. 25 laps remain here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The next guy in jeopardy going a lap down is the number 4 of Colby Westcott here. And Colby Westcott here has got the number 33 of Tony Cook, that 3rd place driver. Searching all around, looking to get to him, though. John Michael Bryant working the back bumper here to Greg Warren here. So John Michael Bryant's looking for a P4 spot here. He'll be down on the bottom side of the racetrack here, trying to make something shake inside of that late model. We're right on board with the 23. Of John Michael Bryant here. Tons of off throttle time here, trying to save something in those tires. I'd imagine he's probably on his last little bit down there in the marbles. John Michael Bryant's going to have to keep that thing. We know the apron here is a little bit of time added to your extra lap if you hit it just right, but with all the marbles, it'll definitely dirty up those Hoosier tires and make things feel unnecessarily more slick than they really are. Chase Johnson is gapped away from the 2nd place car. Corey Riptide Tesner, as they work their way through turns 3 and 4, about a 22-23 car length lead between him and the 2nd place driver. Jeremy Douglas with a blown left rear tire down here on the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to get it down pit road. Jeremy Douglas with a flat left front here. He has popped the left front tire, on that late model. He'll have to bring it down pit road. Meanwhile, Showtime Chase Johnson will get around Greg Warren. So Greg Warren with a flat tire as well. He's down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. 20 laps to go. We got guys blowing tires. Big green so far for, what is this, 55 lap run so far here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Showtime Chase Johnson has led almost every lap up to this point. Corey Riptide Tester slowly following right there behind him here. You see the gap between him and the race leader, but that's the black car of James found in between him and the race leader there in the purple Hoser machine. Chase Johnson will come off the corner here. He'll see 19 laps remaining here. So it sounds like Chase Johnson way off the throttle as well. Have to work in the bottom side of the racetrack here, trying to save a little bit of something here. 18 laps remain here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel's I-85 late model stock Asphalt Series division. The Skull Bandit machine of Tony Cook here, trying to make something shake here and get back to the back bumper of Corey Tester here, but the gap there is a lot here as Corey Tester is working his way into turns 1 and 2 as Tony Cook comes around to complete the lap here. 17 laps remaining here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll take one quick fast and loud here, ladies and gentlemen. The more you press that like button, the louder it'll get. Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, 12 laps remain here in the I-85 Asphalt Series late model division. We're working with 12 laps remaining, and we have been caution free up to this point, not trying to jinx it. Underneath the fast and loud, we heard the 23 machine of John Michael Bryant in jeopardy of going a lap down right now to the race leader, Chase Johnson, and he will. Shifting underneath. The fast and loud is what we heard inside that 23 Gorilla Mile late model. So John Michael Bryant must have burned the tires off of this late model. He'll lose a lap here to the race leader. Showtime Chase Johnson. Showtime Chase Johnson. We'll take it down the bottom side of the racetrack here. Chase Johnson will see 10 laps to go. It'll be 9 laps remaining this time around. Between him and another victory here as he has sailed away to about a half front stretch car length lead over the number 8 of Corey Riptide Tester. And you have to go back here to Tony Cook for the 3rd place spot, but Tony Cook is slowly running down that 2nd place driver of Corey Riptide Tester. So Corey's going to have to run for his life from that Skull Bandit number 33 late model. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 5 of Showtime Chase Johnson coming through the top of the triangle. We'll get ready to take it down into turns 3 and 4. He's working around the lap car of the number 4 of Colby Westcott. Colby Westcott's blinking in and out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. That's the terrible internet connection. Oh, big pile up right here. Caution flag is out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Colby Westcott down on the bottom side of the racetrack collects the race leader, Chase Johnson. Holy shit. We'll back that ass up here for an instant replay. Finally, our first caution flag here tonight. After 66 laps of racing, we'll finally have to bring out the AMR safety crew here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll have to take a look at what happened. Not sure what the hell the number 4 was thinking of Colby Westcott here. A lap car down on the bottom side of the racetrack here, trying to keep himself from going another lap down. The race leader, Showtime Chase Johnson, on the apron as well. He'll have to tag the number 4 here to get him out of the way. Colby Westcott with a massive shot to the inside wall. We'll back that ass up one more time and see if we can't understand what just happened here. Full speed ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be one hell of a camera shot. So a massive shot there for the number 4 off the front bumper of Showtime Chase Johnson. Maybe looking like the number 4 of Colby Westcott, maybe trying to get out of the way there to avoid it. But whoa, another hit for Colby. We'll back it up here. What the hell just happened underneath the instant replay? Tony Cook involved as well. So after Colby Westcott here goes around, maybe, he just backs it back up in the traffic right in front of the number 33 Tony Cook machine. Big damage to the front end of the Tony Cook 33 Skull late model. You see it caved in right there on the front. A career day for the 33 machine might be under disaster. I'm hearing from the overtime. We're hearing from the admin. We are headed to overtime. Excuse me. So with 6 laps remaining, ladies and gentlemen, Showtime. Chase Johnson's the race leader. We'll take a quick commercial break and be back.
I strum that guitar every day. Found the passion for music never went away. I joined a couple bands and played a few shows. Tried to impress the girl in the front row. But soon enough, everything starts to change. As you grow up, nobody treats you the same. They try to take your future and make it real safe. You could be a doctor, accountant, or something sane. But yo, whatever happened to the sky was the limit. I fell in love with music, never thought it was a gimmick. I worked so hard on every tune and every single lyric. My whole identity depended on being artistic. Now you wanna strip that away so you feel okay? Cause if I make it to the top, what does that really say? That you shouldn't have given up, that you made the mistake? But if I fail, you feel much better about it.
Welcome back here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Getting a live shot here out of the booth here. The I-85 Asphalt Series is presented by Clean With Care here, reminding you that we have you covered each and every way possible. Go see Denise Hampton, the owner of Clean With Care LLC, 864-767-6423. Or go check out cleanwithcareservice.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we are working the caution flag for the first time here tonight for the number 5 of Showtime, Chase Johnson. The race leader gets into the back end of the number 4 of Colby Westcott. Colby Westcott looks like he was trying to get off the racetrack there and out of the way of the race leader here, but Showtime Chase Johnson was using the apron as a part of the racing line here with the ball Hoosier tires on everybody's cars. Several flat tires here tonight. They're double filed here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We're getting ready to let them go back off here. Re-racked. Peter the pace car should hang to left on the pit road. Headed the overtime here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new here, want to know how it works, if they get back to the white flag before the caution flies, then the race is over. But if the caution flies before the white flag, we'll re-rack them here. Chase Johnson in full control here. He'll press the gas. We're back here for an overtime in Concord, North Carolina at the Concord Speedway. Chase Johnson will work the bottom side of the racetrack here, and he will have Corey Tesler down here on the bottom. Corey Tesler will get slicked up out the top side of the racetrack. That'll open up the door for the number 33 of Tony Cook. Showtime Chase Johnson take it down the bottom side of the racetrack here. It'll be white flag in the air. Freddie the flagman holds the white flag, presented by AFLglobal.com. Showtime Chase Johnson works the bottom side of the racetrack. We're looking out the front bumper. Tony Cook here, the veteran, out of the Skull Bandit machine. He'll have one more shot here in the turns 3 and 4. Not able to get it here. The battle back here for the 4th and 5th place spot here. But Chase Johnson will win another one here in the late model division. Colby Westcott, John Michael Bryant door to door there across the line. But it's Showtime Chase Johnson picking up the victory here in the feature. Tony Cook with the congratulatory bump there to him. Tony Cook with a career day here. And the number 33, Corey Tesner, off the racetrack with the P3 spot. And there's the boogeyman, John Michael Bryant. He'll bring home the P4 spot. And James Fountain to get in the top 5 spot. But Chase Johnson, the season 1 champion, I believe wins his 3rd late model race of the year. I believe so, ladies and gentlemen. Chase Johnson picks up the victory here tonight in North Carolina. He'll turn the late model around here. Burn it down for you fans here on the TikTok platform. Ladies and gentlemen, Showtime Chase Johnson. Showtime Chase Johnson burns it down across the front stretch here at the Concord Speedway, and he'll bring it back around here to the victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll pull up the results here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll take a quick commercial break here. We'll be back here in just a second live with the Booty Scoot Racing post-race show and driver interviews here. You can hear from your favorite driver on how they perform back in a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the late model division. Don't go nowhere.
I won't back down to the line, 6 years I need the deep ground. I won't give up, I won't back down. There's nobody stopping me except for me now. I won't give up, I won't back down to the line, 6 years I need the deep ground. I won't give up, I won't back down. There's nobody stopping me except for me now. You won't stop me now, because I got this now. I got the formula and I'm about to drop it loud. So what we talking about? There is no talking now. We take action with passion, we're rocking now. It's tick-tocking now, the clock's talking down. And all I hear is haters try so hard to talk me down, but they can't stop the sound, already on the ground. Everything is growing faster than I can count. You ain't gonna stop me now, because I got this now. I got the formula and I'm about to drop it loud. So what we talking about? There is no talking now. We take action with passion, we're rocking now. It's tick-tocking now.
Back here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel, we have just wrapped up the short track shootout live here from the Concord, North Carolina Speedway. We took on 75 laps here. These guys battled on 0 sets of tires, and it definitely came into effect tonight. Tons of guys popping tires around the racetrack here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Booty Scoot Racing channel post-race show here. We'll throw up the feature results from heat race number 1 here tonight, where Corey Tesner brought home the victory here in heat race number 1. He started on the pole, and we'll switch over here to heat race number 2, where it was James Fountain, the number 24 machine from Greenville, South Carolina. So the South Carolina kid will come to North Carolina, pick up the heat race victory, and then we'll switch over here to the feature where Chase Johnson has just picked up his 3rd win on the season. And I believe we have a pit reporter down there with the race winner of Showtime, Chase Johnson.
3 lanes, the number 5 of Chase Johnson. He picked up a win here again in the late model series at the Concord Speedway. Chase kind of walked us through your night there. Disaster there at the end from the lap car, the number 4 of Colby Westcott. Walk us through your day.
Yeah, just a good day overall. Just had to manage my tires all day, but yeah, I don't know what that guy was doing. I said he was trying to get to the apron, but you know we're all trying to use the apron out here to race, you know. So I don't know what he's doing. It's all good though. Another one in the books, and we'll re-rack him again in a couple weeks.
That's the number 5 of Chase Johnson. Picked up the win here in Concord, North Carolina. We'll scoot down here to the number 33, old-time veteran Tony Cook. Tony, walk us through your day there. You were saving tires all race long. These guys were running away, burning them up, and you sneaked through for a P2 spot here in overtime. Kind of walked us through the night here. The Skull machine was flying through the field.
Yeah, I was running pretty good tonight. I really wasn't saving tires. I really burned them up, and I hit the wall there one time, knocked the toe out. It seemed to get better. But great day for the Skull Bandit Chevrolet. It was fun.
That's the veteran Tony Cook with the top 5 here in Concord. I believe Corey Tesner has went ahead and took it to the hauler. We'll walk down here to the 23 machine of John Michael Bryant. John, walk us through your night here. You'll finish in the back of the heat race here, but you'll pull it home for a top 5 and bring home the P4 spot.
Oh, man, let me tell you, that was one hell of a race right there, buddy. You know, Gorilla Mind people, they put us a good car together. You know, just out here riding with some dummies out here, I think. I don't know, you know, people born with a racing line to get out the way. I ain't seen no shit like it in my damn life. You know, we're out here riding around. We blow the damn right front off the car and finished the last 2 laps without a right front tire, but somehow, some way, we kept on the track. Unlike some people, I ain't going to name nobody because I don't want no problems right now. But, you know, just want to say thank you to all the hot moms out there in the stands, and we'll be back next race.
And that's the number 23 of John Michael Bryant. He pretty much let it be known there that he didn't want any problems from anybody here. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the top 4 drivers right there, minus Corey Tesner. He storms out of the race car here, not happy after winning his heat race and coming close here tonight and giving away that P2 spot, though. We'll see if we can't move around and find the number 24 of James Fountain somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a moment here, as I would love to hear from James Fountain on that black flag.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the ninth inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here I'm screaming. Okay, it's a dream, and I pray.
Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, we'll kill the music here, where we have just wrapped up the short track shootout here on a Tuesday night, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like the pit reporter has caught up with the number 24 of James Fountain here. And I believe, let's see here, it's not letting me switch over the thing here. So let me switch the broad thing and flip it back here. It should help out just a little bit better. See if you guys can't hear me a little bit better now that we're down here. Down there on pit road with James Fountain. Do you guys have a copy from the booth?
Caught up with the 24 machine of James Fountain here in the HendrickCars.com late model. James, walk us through your night here. You had to pull off from the lead down the pit road. Not sure what was happening inside of that late model, but you'll go a lap down and bring it on around here for a finish all in one piece. Kind of walk us through your night.
Yeah, I got in a little too deep on that restart. They gave me a black flag, you know. Had to take her down pit road the gentleman way and be a good guy about it, you know. Had to go serve my penalty. Fuck those guys, though. But I just want to give a shout-out to the Hendrick Cars team and give a shout-out to the people that let us come out here and race every week.
That's the 24, James Fountain. He's able to re-lap his day around and come back for a top 6 finish. Ladies and gentlemen, back to the booth.
And back up here to the booth. So we were really kind of curious and wondering what was going on with the number 24 of James Fountain there. Starting on the outside pole, won his heat race, and then he gets to get a black flag and go down and serve it. And it cost him his race here quick and early. This is how quick things can change here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. This was how the heat races turned out. Corey Tesner, Nicholas Maynard, Jeremy Douglas, Tony Cook, and Terry Hughes Jr. out of commission here tonight, but he'll take the start in part for heat race number 1. Heat race 2 turns out James Fountain over Showtime, Chase Johnson, followed by Greg Wharton, the Magic Man. Then the Boogeyman of the Boogeyman, John Michael Bryant, and Colby Westcott rounded out the final spot in heat race number 2. And this is how they shook up tonight's feature race. Chase Johnson takes the win. Tony Cook will get the podium spot number 2, and Corey Tesner will round out the podium. John Michael Bryant will get the number 4 place spot, and James Fountain will round out the top 5 spot there. And that's how they round out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And that's how we'll round out here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been one hell of a week of racing up to this point. Want to remind you, the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series has been rescheduled for Sunday night. So the Xfinity Series for the Madness Racing League will go on at the Chicagoland Speedway Sunday night, 8:45 p.m. right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You don't want to miss a thing. We appreciate you watching.
Are you not one to give second chances? You only got one life, take advantage. No, I will not sit by, I demand it. You